Hi everybody, it's Annette from The Art of Intuition, and today we are going to talk about how we know what is going on in a reality by how we feel about it. So this is kind of a question I got a lot. How do we know if something's karmic? How do we know if we're entering into something that's pure? How do we know where the other person is? How do we know what's going on? So this is something that happened to me last week, dealing with three different people, and I was able to see three different things within myself. And that's what's going to be the key here. It's going to be how you feel. It was an old adage once. I don't know where, I don't even remember who said it. I don't remember where I got it from. And it was to the extent of, you want to know how someone feels about you, normally it's how you feel about them. And if you really want to pull the curtain back, there's really no magic in it. That's usually how it is. And I was like, that kind of makes sense, but I don't know if I 100% understood it until I had an experience with feeling how I felt about different interactions with people. And then I was able to see what was going on with the whole timeline and where we were all at. Because when you feel something, you're matching what someone else is also giving off and feeling, okay? That's how it works. So if you feel anything in an interaction, it is yours. You're not an empath, which is a very fourth dimensional word. You're not feeling somebody else's stuff. We always kind of want to say that, oh, that's yours. That's not mine. Don't project your stuff. If I have any reaction at all, it is now my stuff. Okay. And I can only look at that person and go, thanks for showing me that. Because I didn't even know I still felt that way. I didn't know that was still inside of me anywhere. I didn't know I really could feel that way. So if you have any reaction at all, it is yours. Which is fine. We need to know that. That's actually good news. We want to know it's ours because then we can actually work on it because, okay, now this is mine. Now I got to look at this and see what's going on with me. Why do I feel this way? And I also know then I have more to resolve around the person, around the situation before I can really enter into the timeline and have it be a pure timeline where there's nothing karmic going on. So we're going to take the first example where I was talking to a person I haven't talked to in a while, and I was very anxious about talking to the person. I was nervous. I was going into a lot of the old programming I have when I would talk to this person. What are they going to do? What are they going to think? What are they going to do? I have this whole story going on, and I was still kind of going into that. And it had been a while since I talked to the person. And I was going into all that story again, and I was going into all that stuff. What does the person think of me? Blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of set that there and I'm like, okay, I got a lot going on with this interaction. One, this is karmic. Once again, this is karmic. This is not pure. This is a karmic interaction and I'm now in. I'm matching with how they feel, but I'm also matching it. So I now feel the same way. So I have some more resolving to do on this situation, on this relationship, on this reality before I can really enter into this and to be pure. Because I got too much going on around it. I've got too much self-worth stuff going on. I've got too much stuff. So if I try to enter into a reality, like actually physical reality with this person, create one with this person, I'm now creating it from a place that is not the highest place I can be. So I have to resolve a lot more things I have around this person before I can enter into reality with them. They might still be giving that off and I will notice it's there, but I won't physically feel it. Okay, I'm physically feeling it, which means I am matching the same frequency, which means I'm still holding it. I still got some programming to work through on this one. And some of our deeper programs, we will find there might be one or two people that just might trigger that program, and it just shows us we have more work to do. So my next interaction was with a person who wanted to come over and we were going to meet and have a picnic. It was really nice. And I hadn't seen the person in a while, but it was the most purest energy to that interaction. It was really sweet. It was such a sweet gesture. It was so kind, and I could just feel that. I could feel that kindness. I could feel that just pure love, that just someone wanted to do something nice and they wanted nothing in return. They just wanted to do something nice. And you could feel that. Now I could physically feel that because I was matching that, because I hold that too. Now in the other situation, I wanted to feel that way, but that wasn't where that person was coming from. And that wasn't where I was matching either. So we couldn't get to this other point yet because we're still kind of caught up in the muck of clearing programming together, which is what this other person, I'm going to have to name these. I can't name these people, but A, B, and C. Person A was supposed to show me. We still have some more work. We're still in we're clearing programming phase together before we can even get to anything else in a sense. Still a purpose for you to be here, I just kind of thought I didn't have to do that anymore. But occasionally I have stuff. We all always have stuff to work on. All of us do. That's why, ascension never ends. It is a never ending story. It's just the evolving story. So I could feel that. And once I could feel that, I was like, well, that's not what that was. So, okay, that's not where this other relationship is. Okay, so let me now move on to person C, who I was talking to. And this person was showing very much in human consciousness, showing a lot of human selfishness over and over and over and over again. And I really felt nothing, but I just saw how selfish it was. And even though someone else might look at that and go, oh, that's fine, that's not selfish. If you're in a human consciousness, you wouldn't see it. Or if you're in a different space in consciousness, you might not see how blaring this reality is this person's going to go create that is so self-centered and so selfish. And they want me to help them do it. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that. No, I can't kind of be in that. So we're going to have to say no on that. I can't be part of that reality. I can't create something like that. But when I was talking to that person, I didn't have any reaction to it. I was more in shock. I was witnessing it. And so now technically I wouldn't even be able to witness it if it wasn't somewhere in my cellular DNA. So it's somewhere still in my DNA. And probably when the collectives move out of that level of selfishness, that would clear from my body cellularly, but I'm not running a program. I had no feeling around it, right? A lot of stuff we'll still have in our cellular programming that we can't really get out of us until the collectives move. And then I might, one day, just throw up or whatever it would be for me to clear some of that stuff through my cellular programming, or maybe have an emotion around it. But to me, that'd probably be a physical clearing at some point when the collectives go through that. So in some way, I'm still holding it somewhere. This person wouldn't have even showed up with this stuff. And I'm just looking at the whole thing, but I didn't have any feeling around it. There was no emotion. I wasn't really mad or angry or any of that. I had nothing going on. Because I don't hold that level of selfishness. I did when I was really human. I did, and in different states of my ascension, I probably still did. But now I don't hold that anymore. Like, I don't even have a reaction to that, where I can even play into that at all, or see and even get angered by it, because I don't hold it at all. But I could see it. So you're going to get to a place where you can still see it. You just are not going to have any visceral reaction to it. If you have a visceral reaction to it, it is yours. And they're there to show you that is yours. So technically, they're doing you a favor. So sometimes we'll kind of miscategorize, where we are, or miscategorize what's going on. I'm like, how do I know if this is a good timeline? Well, I know, person A is at a time when I want to enter into, yes, but I wanted to feel like how it felt with person B and how that interaction was before I can really, at least I have to be able to get there. I have to be able to get to where I don't have a reaction. At least be able to get to where I was with person C, where I can kind of see what's going on, but I don't have a reaction to it, to then see, can I shift or align this? But when I'm kind of in the program clearing with the other person, neither one of us, in a sense, can really get to the next step until we clear what's going on. Now, that might mean seeing the person and then seeing if that more can be cleared by that. It might not be. It might be, let's resolve more within myself and then engage again. Normally, I will go with, I'm going to resolve it within myself as much as I can do, and then I might engage again if the person pops back up, and then kind of see where I am. And that might be years down the road. A lot of times this could be very well years down the road before you see the people again. Usually it's not like right away. It can be a while. Now, if my higher aspects of me, my universe, decides, no, it's going to clear you quicker to just step right back into this reality and see this person, then that person will just show up. They'll just be put in front of me one way or the other when I'm out somewhere, and they'll just show up. And that'll kind of be my sign too that, okay, this might be the quicker path. I'm not going to pursue that path right now because I am not I have too much still around it. So I can't pursue the path because I got stuff to resolve. Because I'm not what I would be starting would be a karmic timeline I don't want to experience. Because I've already been through that so many times. I do not care to go through them again. So that's how we start to sort of pick things apart a little bit. Where am I? Is this karmic? I mean, technically, if our human created it, it's karmic. That's why we have so much to unravel when we start moving our body out of those dimensions, because everything we created was karmic. We didn't know any different because until you get to certain places, you can't see the difference. You know, you can't really start to see the difference in interactions and where people are coming from. And can I shift this? Do I really want this person around? Is there a role I can play here? What am I supposed to do here? How do I really feel? How do they really feel? Look at how you feel. That's what technically they're there for. It's not about them in a sense. It's really about you. They're showing up to show you what you got going on. And by them showing you what you got going on, you can now see what they got going on. So that's when we say, like, energetically, nothing is hidden. Everything is very obvious. It's because it is very obvious because we mirror it. And when we step out in front of the mirror, in a sense, and we're not feeling what they're feeling because we don't hold it anymore, then we can completely see it. Because it's like all the veils come down and we can see, okay, I see exactly what's going on here. But in the beginning, your hint might just be, oh, that doesn't feel, that I feel anxious and nervous and blah, blah, blah. Now, there are some realities, I want to put this caveat in. There's some things you might not want to do because you're afraid to do them, but you know you're supposed to do them. And that's kind of a different thing. So look at when you got that going on, when it's just you're building up what this is going to be or what this whole situation is going to be, and you're afraid to do it because you think, oh, well, I don't want to go there because there are no conscious people there or whatever. You know, I will tell you, I have met people everywhere and had the most amazing experience with everywhere I go as far as people wanting to talk about different aspects of, you know, metaphysical stuff or consciousness. So just look at where you're a little, we all can be kind of, we want it one way. You know, we kind of want it to be this way, we want it to be that way. We don't want it to be, because that's how our human is trying to lay it out. No matter what you do, your human is somewhere in there, is still trying to lay it out a certain way because that's what it does. You know, it's like the little bookkeeper in the back going, well, I'm going to just plan it out. You know, I'm going to still do that. You might not have to listen to the plan, but I'm still going to plan it out. So somewhere ingrained in there, it might, in the beginning at least, and for years later, I feel, you still can kind of feel that you still have a tendency to kind of want to fill in the gaps about how it's going to be or what it's going to be like. So when you start doing that, just imagine it's going to be amazing. And if that's not the story you're getting, just keep telling yourself that story. It's going to be amazing. But we're looking at person-to-person stuff, and we're not talking about going to do something you might not want to do because you're afraid to do it, because you're kind of stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. And sometimes we have to go into stuff because we are going to clear programming. And we know that's what we're there to do. Or we might not know it's what, usually we don't know that's what we're there to do until we've cleared enough to see it. Then we know, okay, that was for me to clear programming. That first 3 years we had together was just for me to clear programming. We're not even at a relationship yet because we've spent 3 years clearing programming. We can't even have a reality yet because our reality was clearing programming, which is really not a fun reality. If anyone who's in those realities knows that's not a fun reality. You have to get through all that to then get to the beautiful realities with the person. But we're all just clearing shit right now. So just kind of start looking. How do you feel? What are they projecting out? What are you matching because you're still holding it? It's going to be mind-blowing when you really start to tune into that. And you'll start to see agendas, your own agendas, and then you can decide, can I really enter into this right now, or do I got more work to do? For me, I got more work to do. Okay, keep practicing the art of intuition.